Let's learn about region and empire of different dynasties. Large states like those of the Cholas, Tughlaqs, or Mughals encompassed many regions. A Sanskrit Prashasti praising the Delhi Sultan Ghiyasuddin Balban (1266–1287) states he ruled over a vast empire, stretching from Bengal, Gauda in the east, to Ghazni, Gajjana in Afghanistan in the west, and included all of South India, Dravidha. People of different regions like Gauda, Andhra, Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Gujarat apparently fled before his armies. Historians, however, consider these as exaggerated claims of conquests. By 700, many regions already possessed distinct geographical dimensions and their own language and cultural characteristics, and were also associated with specific ruling dynasties. Considerable conflict arose between these states. Occasionally dynasties like the Cholas, Khaljis, Tughlaqs, and Mughals built an empire that was pan-regional, spanning diverse regions. Not all these empires were equally stable or successful. Mughal Empire declined in the 18th century, leading to the re-emergence of regional states. However, years of imperial pan-regional rule altered the character of the regions. Across most of the subcontinent, regions were left with legacies of the big and small states that had ruled over them, as was apparent in the emergence of many distinct and shared traditions in the realms of governance, the management of the economy, elite cultures, and language. Through the 1,000 years between 700 and 1750, the character of the different regions did not grow in isolation. These regions felt the impact of larger pan-regional forces of integration without ever quite losing their distinctiveness. Let's see how old and new religions occur. These 1,000 years witnessed major developments in religious traditions. Collective belief in a supernatural agency religion was often closely connected with the social and economic organization of local communities. As the social worlds of these groups altered, so too did their beliefs. Important changes occurred in Hinduism, including the worship of new deities, the construction of temples by royalty, and the growing importance of Brahmanas, the priests, as dominant groups in society. Brahmanas earned respect in the society for their knowledge of Sanskrit texts, and their dominant position was consolidated by the support of their patrons, new rulers searching for prestige. Another major development of this period was the emergence of the idea of bhakti, of a loving personal deity that devotees could reach without the aid of priests or elaborate rituals. New religions appeared in the subcontinent. Merchants and migrants first brought the teachings of the Holy Quran to India in the 7th century. Many rulers were patrons of Islam, and the ulama, learned theologians and jurists. And like Hinduism, Islam was interpreted in a variety of ways by its followers. There were the Shia Muslims who believed that the Prophet Muhammad's son-in-law, Ali, was the legitimate leader of the Muslim community, and the Sunni Muslims, who accepted the authority of the early leaders, caliphs, of the community, and the succeeding caliphs. There were other important differences between the various schools of law, Hanafi and Shafi'i, mainly in India, and in theology and mystic traditions. Now, thinking about time and historical periods. As per historians, time is not just a passing of hours, days or years as a clock or a calendar. It also reflects changes in social and economic organization, in the persistence and transformation of ideas and beliefs. Study of time made it easier to divide the past into periods that possess shared characteristics. In the middle of the 19th century, British historians divided the history of India into 3 periods: Hindu, Muslim, and British, based on the idea that the religion of rulers was the only significant historical change, and there was no other developments in the economy, society, or culture. It also ignored the rich diversity of the subcontinent. Only a few historians follow this periodization today. Others consider the economic and social factors to characterize the major elements of the various moments of the past. The history you learn is known as medieval. Learning more about the spread of peasant societies, the rise of regional and imperial state formations, sometimes at the cost of pastoral and forest people, the development of Hinduism and Islam as major religions, and the arrival of European trading companies. 1000 years of Indian history witnessed a considerable change. Hence, describing the entire period as one historical unit has its issues. The medieval period is often contrasted with the modern period. Modernity carries with it a sense of material progress and intellectual advancement, suggesting that the medieval period probably lacks any change whatsoever. However, that is not so. Over the 1000 years, societies of the subcontinent were transformed, and economies in several regions reached a level of prosperity that attracted the interest of European trading companies. Now, we have completed our chapter here, with the hope that you understood the concept well. We have covered every topic in detail, so that nothing will come from outside. To read more, you can also go through docs available on this topic on EduRev, and attempt tests to increase your understanding. Thank you for watching this video.